warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let us introduce ourselves. We are People Alpha Group 14, and we are going to presentate about offshore nuclear power plant based on semi-submersible and structure. And this is our member. The first one is Abia Fairuz Nusali, and the second one is Abienda Vandono. The third one is Aska Mabil Putra Tama. And the fourth one is Bagas Satrio Wicaksono. And the fifth one, Dia Rizky Ruhana. And the sixth one is Muhammad Dimas Barul Ulum. The next one is Muhammad Bintang Satria Yuda. And then Muhammad Tio Aryansyah. After that, Natasha Yurin Tiffany Karimati Pedai. And the last one is Raffi Fikri Rafsanjani. The presentation will talk about the introduction, the theory, the method, the result and analysis, and the conclusion.
Our introduction. Indonesia is one of the developing countries that has a very large population. Indonesia even contributes 55% of greenhouse gas emission. That causes the earth temperature to rise.
The development of nuclear power plants can be one of the solutions, since nuclear energy will produce little emissions if it has good maintenance. However, some of the obstacles of nuclear energy development are due to the refusal of local residents. The main reason is if the nuclear reactor is in trouble or the most severe things happen, which is a nuclear failure, then the surrounding residents will definitely be affected. For instance, the lack of the nuclear reactor at Chernobyl. So, if nuclear power plants are carried out offshore, it can be a solution.
However, it needs a complex security system for nuclear power plant to operate safely. One of the platforms that is also used in offshore drilling is semi-submersible. Semi-submersible has the characteristic of being able to maintain its position dynamically. Therefore, due to its stability, this structure is often used in sea that have large ocean waves. But our focus this time is to use semi-submersible structures as an offshore nuclear power plant platform. In order to increase the safety of the load, the type of nuclear reactor in the power plant used is a small modular reactor, where the nuclear reactor has a size that is not too large than the nuclear reactor in general.
Next is about semi-submersible. Semi-submersible is a type of floating structure that consists of a platform or deck and is supported by a column that connects the platform to the displacement hulls. Semi-submersibles are widely used in deep sea areas. This is because of its mobile characteristics and good stability. Semi-submersibles has a system that is used to keep it in place. The system is called the mooring system. The working system of this platform is that when air is expelled from the lower hull, the rig is not completely submerged to the seabed, but only partially. It is still floating above the drilling point. According to Lumban Raja, the lower hull is filled with water to provide stability to the rig. The use of semi-submersible as an offshore platform has been growing these past 3 decades. More than 120 semi-submersibles have been operated as offshore drilling platforms and also for other uses of offshore platforms, such as wind turbines, firefighting platforms, and also offshore hydrocarbon production activities. The next will be explained by my friend.
The characteristic of our real semi-submersible movement when compared to other floating buildings, particularly ship floating buildings or barges, have made it one of the suitable options for the operation of platform in the deep and large bases. Semi-submersible today is widely found in the maritime industry, including for oil and gas drilling operation, oil and gas production operation, as a wind turbine buffer platform offshore. To what we will discuss here, offshore nuclear power plants in the future, where the tendency of exploration and exploitation of oil and gas in Indonesian waters will shift to the deep sea. It is very likely that there will also be many semi-submersible operation. According to estimate, the semi-submersible that will be operate are mostly those that are currently owned by several world companies. So there will be the possibility of making and utilizing new semi-submersible, especially in Indonesia. Selanjutnya akan dilanjutkan oleh teman saya.
The second theory is nuclear reactor. A suitable nuclear reactor used for the sake of safety in semi-submersible is a small modular reactor type reactor. Several companies have developed this type of reactor, one of which is a NuScale small modular reactor. This reactor can generate about 77 MWe of electricity and can be used in the required number of modules. The next explanation will be continued by my friend.
Next, the size of this reactor is about 66 times 15 feet, or about 23 times 4 meters, and the load of each reactor is 700 tons. NVM or NuScale power module has a safe shutdown and a cooling system. This is not without a reason, because the digital instrumentation and control, or INC, system provide extensive monitoring and control of a load system. The next slide will be explained with my friend. Thank you.
Okay, next, I want to present about method and result and analysis. In this paper, the method uses descriptive qualitative, which is done by studying and comparing existing research. The literature examines offshore drilling, nuclear power plant, and even various research on offshore nuclear power plant. For the result and analysis, the structure of the nuclear power plant and the middle of the sea depends on various environmental load factors, such as the wind speed, ocean wave, current speed, temperature, earthquake, and quasar. Thank you very much for me. And next, Dimas Barul Ulu.
Okay, as we know, that the load on the structure greatly affects the stability of a structure, especially in a floating structure. And usually, this load is loads, taken as live loads, and environmental loads, and accidental loading. We also carried out a load test using the ANSYS 2000 application. The test we carried out by assuming the load from the nuclear reactor and all the necessary equipment by providing a force of 10 million Newton force, 15 million Newton force, and 20 million Newton force. And this is the result from the testing. from the conclusion will be described by my friend.
For conclusion, here are two. The first is offshore nuclear power plants based on semi-submersible structure are innovative power plants and have a high level of safety. In terms of previous data and analysis, semi-submersible structures have strong capabilities and resilience in supporting buildings and components of nuclear power plants. The second one is, as previously explained, nuclear power plants themselves have a high security system. Therefore, and supported by a strategic location, offshore nuclear power plants based on semi-submersible structure can be implemented to support the development of effective power generation technology in Indonesia. Thank you for listening, my all. Thus, we have shared the beneficial for all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.